Hi, everyone, and welcome to KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Laura Papetti. It is good to see you on this somewhat dreary Monday. It's been a rainy day so far across the inland Northwest, and Thomas Patrick, he is standing by joining us to let us know how long the wet weather is going to stick around. Hi, Thomas.
Hey, good afternoon, Laura. Glad to announce that at this moment, not raining at our outdoor weather center, but this is just a break because our rain chances will at least be present through about 9 o'clock this evening. But check out Doppler radar behind me, where it has rained through basically the better part of the morning hours, and now that we hit exactly noon, starting to see the clearing take place, at least clearing in terms of rain, not for cloud cover. And while we don't see any development back in this area just yet, don't let your guard down because we certainly could see more rain and more pushes of moisture heading our way for this afternoon and evening. So there it is. It's starting to get a little bit at least clear, even though the ground is damp and everything. A little bit more rain for Coeur d'Alene and areas of North Idaho. Same story down on the Palouse, where it's still some light rain between Pullman, Moscow, and on the trip all the way down to Lewiston. But for the most part, it appears that things are clearing a little bit. That's not to say it'll be that way for the rest of the day, but at least things are clearing a little bit. By the way, you might be hearing a little bit of the wind on the microphone. Winds are starting to pick up through the afternoon hours. So as mentioned, these rain chances do continue. Our computer model says, hey, it could be raining at any point this afternoon, but it looks like we'll have at least a break for these first few afternoon hours. And what is one of our warmer days? We're looking at temperatures that could get in the 50s today. And if not today, definitely later in the week. And we'll give you your extended outlook in just a few minutes.
Thomas, thank you. Happening right now, TJ Minook Drive in Spokane is officially closed between Northwest Boulevard and Pettit Drive for road work. The closure is expected to last about 5 months. And during the closure, crews will install new sewer pipes and resurface the road. The construction will also mean some detours for you drivers out there that usually take that as one of your routes. Traffic is being rerouted at the Pettit Drive interchange. Drivers are being directed to Maxwell Avenue and the Maple Ash corridor. For more information on what's happening there and the developments, just go to our website. We've posted it on KREM.com. All right, let's talk about March Madness. We have a lot of local teams to track this year, and we love it. The Gonzaga men's basketball team earned a 3 seed in the tournament. KREM 2 sports director Travis Green was on campus when that big announcement came in.
After weeks of speculation, Albany, Des Moines, even Greensboro, North Carolina, it turns out the Zags are staying close to home. Gonzaga getting the number 3 seed in the West region, where they will face 14th seeded Grand Canyon to open up the NCAA tournament. An outcome everybody's happy with.
Man, I really didn't know what to expect. I just didn't want to be in New York or North Carolina. You know, I wanted to stay on the west side, so Denver, you know, you can't complain with that. Not that it matters where we would have played, because I think we'll be fine anywhere, but New York's way too long of a flight. I was not excited about that. I was going to have to download like 3 movies just for that plane ride or something.
I'm excited. I'm really excited and get to play somewhere close to Spokane, so I think we'll have a good turnout of fans, hopefully. But I'm looking forward to his March. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We don't really care about seeding. At this point, everybody's earned and fought their way to get into the tournament, so we're just grateful for that. And we don't care who we play. You know, at the end of the day, you got to roll the ball out, and we got to play.
I've done this long enough to see that if you even for a second think about looking at the next round, you're going to get sent home. So I just think that's kind of where the experience within this team lies. Is we know what's ahead of us, and we know that like you really have to take it game by game, because the moment you don't is the moment you get sent home and you're crying with your teammates.
Guys, the way you beat St. Mary's, it seems like you guys are playing your best basketball right now. Would you agree, and how good is that to be playing that right now?
Oh yeah, not for sure. I mean that was a fun one to be a part of, and I feel like everybody, you know, got going, you know, 1 through 10. Everybody was, you know, having fun, smiling, and I feel like that's huge. And you know, to be riding high coming into the tournament, you know, is something that can really help us.
Are we going to get a 40-point game from you in the tournament?
I hope so.
Gonzaga versus Grand Canyon will tip off at 4:35 on Friday. You can watch that game on True TV. Reporting from the kennel, Travis Green, KREM 2 Sports.
All right, Travis, well, congrats to the men and the women, also making us so proud, earning a number 9 seed, and they'll be facing Ole Miss. The game will be played this Friday, 7 p.m. at Stanford in California. Our Andrew Quinn talked with the Zags about getting back out there on the court.
You lose games and like you wish you could have done more, but like we have an opportunity to just come out like stronger.
I think we can use motivation, and you know, it's kind of interesting. If we would have won, I don't know if we would have caught as many mistakes as we did have against Portland, and I think we'll be able to clean those up in preparation for this upcoming week.
A lot of excitement in Pullman as the Washington State women learning they earned a 5 seed in the tournament. This is the Cougs' highest seeding for March Madness in program history. And KREM 2's Janelle Finch bringing us all that excitement back from campus.
Yesterday, WSU fans were on the edges of their seats all day waiting to find out who their women's basketball team would be taking on in the March Madness tournament. We've now learned that they're going into the tournament as a number 5 seed against Florida Gulf Coast University as their first opponent. It's official. The WSU women's basketball team punched their ticket into the March Madness tournament. And now they'll take on Florida Gulf Coast University as their first round opponent. This is the 3rd year in a row the Cougs are making a March Madness appearance, but they're first as Pac-12 champions.
Great day to be a Coug. A 5th seed is amazing.
We have a lot of mature and experience in this team. We're just going to rely to that and rely to the coaches.
We all really do feel the support and love, and we're just so proud to, be able to represent for the entire Coug Nation.
The Cougs will be heading into the first round of the tournament this Saturday against Florida Gulf Coast University in Pennsylvania. From Giza Field, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
And as Janelle just mentioned, the Cougar women playing on Saturday with tip-off scheduled right now for 11:30 a.m. The game will be airing on ESPNU. And speaking of the Cougs, it will be crazy matchup as the WSU men host Eastern Washington in the first round of the NIT. The game is scheduled for tomorrow night, 8 o'clock in the evening in Pullman. Tickets for the game are on sale now, and that game will air also on ESPNU. And while you're watching your favorite teams compete in the tournament, one of the best ways to be part of the action and have a good time is through the March Bracket Challenge. Between now and Thursday morning at 9, you can register free online at KREM.com. See if you can beat our own sports director, Travis Green, on his winning predictions. If someone, by the way, has a perfect bracket at the end of the tournament, they could win $1 million. For the link to fill out the March Bracket Challenge, easy to do. Just text the word bracket to 509-448-2000. We'll send a link right to your phone, and good luck.